At its meeting on the 11th of September 2023, the Cabinet of Ministers approved United Solar Energy Company's proposal as a policy for the development of a 700 megawatt solar power plant with a 100% battery power storage system, including the necessary transmission lines from the Punakari reservoir to the new Kilinochchi grid substation. Accordingly, Cabinet approved to enter into a power purchase agreement with the United Solar Group of Australia to invest in the solar power project with the 1,500 megawatt hour of battery energy storage system. The solar power project will be installed on the surface of the Punakari tank in the Kilinochchi district with a foreign direct investment of $1,727 million. Meanwhile, the Government of India approved a grant of $11 million to the local government. This was approved in a move to supply electricity to the residents of Delft, Nainathivu and the Analathivu islets of the Jaffna Peninsula. Consequently, only Indian contractors have been invited to submit bids in order to carry out the project in accordance with the conditions of the MOU which was signed. Further, the Cabinet Ministers green-lighted the proposal submitted by the Power and Energy Minister to grant the contract to Use Solar Clean Energy Solutions Private Limited, following the recommendations of the Standing Procurement Committee appointed by the Cabinet after evaluating the proposal. Cabinet approval has been granted to the proposal submitted by the Minister of Ports, Shipping and Aviation Services to award the contract of supplying fuel for aircrafts of Sri Lankan Airlines. This comes out of the contract of fuel supply for aircrafts of Sri Lankan Airlines at the Dammam Airport is scheduled to conclude by the end of this year. As a result, quotations have been requested from Modern Consortium for Refueling Aircraft, which is the only supplier of aviation fuel that is currently accessible. Meanwhile, the contracts of fuel supply for aircrafts of Sri Lankan Airlines at the airports of Bangkok, Beijing, Dubai, Hyderabad, Karachi, Malé and Riyadh is to conclude by the 29th of February next year, with fuel supply at the Kuala Lumpur and Jakarta airports to end by the end of March next year. Fuel supply proposals from across the world have been requested as a result, where 11 airplane fuel supply companies have submitted bids, with one bid received by the Karachi airport and 2 or more bids being received by the remaining 8 airports. Accordingly, the Cabinet of Ministers granted approval to award the said contracts to the bidders who substantially responded and submitted minimum quotations.